I'm Phyllis from the Doll Corner, and today I want to tell you the difference between some of the dolls and how to measure them so that you can make clothes that will fit them. These are baby dolls. They can be any size. They can be life size. This is a 16. These are tiny little ones. We have girl dolls, toddler dolls, and they can be of any size as well. This is another girl doll. They have sort of a rectangular shaped body, long arms and legs. This is a fashion doll. She has long legs, long arms, high heel shoes, a nice figure. So one pattern for a 15-inch doll or a 16-inch doll will not fit many dolls. You need to have patterns for baby dolls. You need patterns for lady dolls, toddler dolls, teen dolls, fashion dolls. There's so many. So that is why I'm making up this book to give you some basic patterns so that you can make almost any style of dress or outfit you would like from them. Now, to measure them is most important. You want to measure it measure from just below the jaw and around the top of the head. And then you want to measure the neck, size of the neck. And this won't go around, fit tight. It won't snug up the way you want it to. So I take a piece of ribbon, something that doesn't stretch. Line it up, snug, mark it, and then measure that, and then you'll have the correct size. For a shoulder, on this doll, she's kind of puffy and her shoulders are kind of droopy here. So that's part of the reason I picked this doll, because they're not all perfect. So this is the side seam. So what I do is I sort of make an imaginary line up there, and I measure the shoulder from there to this line. And then that's where my sleeve will fit. Measure from here across to here, and I don't pull it up snug. I leave it a little full, a little bit of ease in there. Measure her waist. Measure down to her waist. And for baby dolls, they usually make a little yoke. So whatever length of yoke you want, you measure down to that length. You measure her arm, making sure that measurement will fit over her hand. Because if you get it done up and it won't fit over her hand, that's kind of sad. because it's happened to me a few times. You measure the crotch from the waist to the crotch. The back and the front on this doll is very similar. It's pretty much the same. But on some, they have a big bum. So you want to make sure that this seam is, you don't need more fabric along the back here. You measure around her hips at the biggest point. Measure the top of her leg and measure the inseam of her leg, kind of following her leg down around, because if you just go kind of straight down, see here, going straight down, it's 4 inches, sort of following the curve of her leg. This is almost 5. And the same with the sleeve. You measure from here around the arm to whatever length you want the sleeve to be. And that's probably about all the measurements we need. Foot measurement, maybe the ankle, depending on how you're dressing her. Now, I will explain. You can either, here you can cut it off here, the yoke, or you can cut it off just below the arms, which I'll show you on this outfit. This is the quickest and easiest way, is to cut it. And then you can probably show you better on my pattern. You can cut it off just below 3/4 of an inch from the underseam of the arm, or you can cut it off about here, and that would give you one that looks like this. With this one, you need to sew your front bodice and your skirt together, making a side seam down. So it's like this. Then you have to cut out this so that your sleeve will fit in properly in your arm, for the armhole. Like that. And if I was making a keepsake doll or having it judged in any way, I would make it like this. It's a little more work, but it's not impossible to do at all. But for a play doll, it's just quicker and easier to leave a 1/4 of an inch, a 3/4 of an inch here, a 1/4 of an inch for your seam under your arm, and a 1/4 of an inch to sew your skirt on. And that gives you a little bit there. Now you can almost come right up to there too. It's, you know, if you goof a little bit, if you come there, it's not going to, you have a little bit of leeway. Now this pattern is for this doll is 16 inches. This is for a 16-inch baby doll. And it fits this doll surprisingly well for the shape she's in. You know, with her droopy shoulders and everything. But when you put the puffy sleeve out here, you don't notice her arm like that. And the sleeve, this is the sleeve pattern. You put your basting threads along here. Make a little V there so I know that this is the center of my sleeve, so I can put it with my shoulder sleeve. And if for this doll I would maybe make a short sleeve, I would cut it off here. If I wanted to come all the way here, I would cut it off here. But the basic patterns, there's so many different styles of dolls. You need them for fashion dolls. A fashion doll is a Barbie doll. And that one I was showing you, she's a tall fashion doll, taller fashion doll. She's a little more than 16 inches. She's probably 18. I tried to get dolls who were pretty much all the same length to show you this, how those two are pretty much the same length. So you can't go by the length of the doll when you're looking for patterns. So if there's any information you would like, you can get in touch with me at dollfashion77@gmail.com. Leave a comment below and give me a thumbs up so I know how I'm doing. This is all new to me and I'm kind of finding it fun, but if it's not helpful to anybody, then there's no point in me doing it. So we'll put a dress on, so dress her up, and we will be back. Hope to hear from some of you soon. We'll talk to you soon. Bye now.